last time on the misadventures of, this being a secret session, so not even Rams. It's more just interpersonal thoughts of Ripley.
Yeah.
So, starting out, we will be, you will be with, I've already forgotten his name, Katir.
Katir.
Guitar Katir, same word, different
Katir.
pronunciation.
Cthulhu.
You know, he wouldn't mind it.
I'm gonna close my door.
Him being that boy right there. So I slide him into the side. There we go.
This broken mop is always handy.
Oh yeah, and this is Zeus. Alright. For the people that will never see this. Except for me and you.
Yeah. And then maybe in like a year you might unprivate it just secretly.
Yeah. Right. So
Unlist it.
unlist it.
I can't even
List it.
Yeah.
I'll list it instead of unlist it. Full regard, please.
Wow.
Just lay there. No, don't get on the desk. No desk. No. Jump up where the goldfish are. Yeah, no. 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 Up here. Up here. Up here. Up here. Bitch.
Jumps on desk anyways.
Stay there. Don't you cunt.
Why'd you let your cat just spot?
Because cat gets in the middle of monitor. I can't see monitor. And that is a minor nuisance. But, yes, you are with Katir. Everyone has fucked off because they don't want to die.
Yeah.
And he is just, alright, ask me questions.
So you mentioned there are like two groups of gods?
Yes.
What's up with that?
You want to know about the factions? Well, the factions are, best way to put it. There were the gods that gained divinity through belief, and the gods that gained divinity through, well, just either sheer willpower or work. They each had different thought processes, and well, those thought processes just kept on colliding head on, often. So, in time, bled into war. The gods that gained divinity through belief, they were more just either mortals that had people believe in them so good, or they were gods that came into being by belief. And these gods also are the gods of other gods that passed away before or gave birth to them. So they were just divinely inherited.
Okay.
It's just more colliding views. Though the war did go on for a few years. I lost count.
So what was going on just before this war started?
It was the dragon thing. The dragons got done fighting with the giants, and I think the complete formation of the country of Dragomascus.
So it's just after the dragon. Okay.
The way you said the fourth age, yes.
Yeah.
So after that.
Just after, like, how long after, like?
A few years. They're blended. I can't tell you what exact year. There were a few. More so.
10, 20, 30, 40?
A few hundred?
A few hundred years. Okay, so the war started a few hundred years after that. How long did it last?
That's where I don't know. It was a while. A long while. I'll say 1,000 plus. Because it was more bloody than the shattering. That is one thing that we did have a name for. Because it kinda shattered the world.
So it was worse
Very.
than the apocalypse.
Well, the shattering, to my knowledge, wasn't the apocalypse. It was just the gods and the demons, devils. Just really had to fight it out.
It wasn't a good thing.
So far from it, but yeah, you get used to it.
Mm-hmm. So this was worse than that.
Yeah. Considerably.
Is that why magic's... How long... Do you know why magic is weird in, forgetting the name of the country. Estrangalia? Is it because of this?
Maybe? I never really went there, it was too hot.
But did you know that arcane magic was off there?
Yeah.
Was it?
It was a little weird. But I don't know if it was because of this. Maybe. That said, I really didn't care.
From what it sounds like, gods fighting like that would probably cause some aftermath like that.
Yeah, it seems like there's a few continents missing too on your world map, so. Hey.
Continents missing?
Yeah. There was a lot more here, if I remember correctly. Yeah, let me get a piece of paper. Give me your paper. I threw that one over there. I'm not gonna go over there and get it. It's crumpled and it looks bad.
You could just draw on the map and I could take a screenshot.
Well, the map isn't big enough.
Oh. Okay.
Like, in the sense, what he's describing, the world was double this, what the world map is. Like, that's how he starts to describe it. Like, the world was a lot bigger. Or at least there was more continents making things a lot bigger. So it seems like the god shrunk things a little bit. Which, whatever. Well, there was Not much left. I more or less stayed in one place around that time. Didn't travel a lot.
Okay.
I just know from hearsay. Hearsay. Say.
Well, that's not a terrifying premise.
No, it happens all the time. Well, it's not all the time. The gods fighting. That happens often. It happens.
He is like open up and which side won?
If I remember correctly, it was the ones that were born through divinity. But there were survivors on the other side, of course. If I remember correctly, his name? Arius. He was just living his life as happy as he could be. Um, he hopped, skipped. Well, he didn't really hop and skip. He helped the ones that gained divinity through willpower and through work. He never liked the gods that were born into it because they were like snobs. So he helped them out a lot.
And he survived the conflict.
Oh yeah. He's like me, old. He's older than me, so.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, he was born in the Second Age, the way that you described it.
What was the name you said?
Arius. Full title that he didn't really give himself, more the gods he killed and he bathed in their blood kind of gave him his little curse that isn't a curse anymore. I guess him, Arius the Deathwalker, but he can't die. You kill him, he'll come back very quickly. And yeah, he was good. He probably still is. Though I don't know how many gods there are, and if he can get to the gods anymore. So he was never magically inclined. Mainly because magic. He didn't like it.
Okay. Hmm. So over this 1,000+ time, entire continents got evaporated in this conflict.
Probably.
Okay.
Or half the world was bigger. I remember that one. I remember these continents. I do. But more spread out. And more of them.
Okay. Hmm. Hmm.
I remember the biggest one. It was like, as he points to like Aslan May, Gliminal, Estringali, and Dragamascus, and just acts like he's mushing them together. Like it was that big. It was big. It was a big one. It's gone now. That's sad. Yeah. Along with all the little ones. Little ones being still pretty big. So such is life.
Okay. And there were a bunch of other smaller ones
Oh yes, plenty.
that yeah, okay.
That are also dusted. No longer here. Poof. Gliminal's still here. So, still working. Everything comes up me.
Okay.
And still need to see if everyone's still alive, though. Oh.
People are.
Well, no, the people I know.
Oh,
I'm guessing Arius is still alive due to, well, his predicament.
what do I know? An Arius.
Roll a religion check.
Alrighty. If it loads. Come on, character sheet.
You'd be religiously inclined, so it would make sense for you to know the name.
Come on, character sheet. What fucking show? Looking here.
Exit out, click it again. If it doesn't work, exit out, click it again.
I did that and refreshing.
Normally it works 3rd time's the charm for me. Yeah, it worked first time. Oh, well, hell.
Come the fuck up. There we go. Religion?
Yes. You know of Arius the Deathwalker.
Yes. Good rolls.
More or less, going back to the beginning of his legend. Some legends say that he was one of the first men made by the gods during the First Age. Some say that he was born in the Second Age, being from direct descendants from the first men, still making him powerful. Because you would know, you would most likely put two and two together. The first things made by the gods probably more powerful than what they are today. Because, you know, pure divine blood pumping through their brain, through their veins. Because, you know, gods make you. Throughout the Second Age, though, he joined the Fiends in war against the gods. He was such a, one would say, blood hungry, that he was on par with the angel Castiel. You would know Castiel being the strongest of all angels. Though he was killed at a point and then reborn again due to gods becoming more stronger and then consistently working their way through the demon hordes, demon and devil hordes. Arius said being on par with him gives you a sense of his power level. You would know that Arius was quite the opposite to clerics, having a divine destroying aura. He could just wipe away the divine by him just being there after killing multiple gods. And he just kept on getting stronger and stronger as more and more gods he killed.
This is not dangerous information.
This is not dangerous information.
Okay, change that.
What? Arius was not really noted in later ages. due to he only really went after the divine and things that are divine.
Okay.
Just because he hates them. He is a boogeyman to most priests. Like, it's a pretty rare story for a priest to tell, but he is a boogeyman to priests and gods alike. Because he's that powerful. And due to the legend of him being a deathless man, he's probably still alive and probably just wandering, looking for other gods to kill. But learning about the Fifth Age now, and learning that he made a reemergence and did more. More or less not knowing how many gods he killed in the Fifth and Second Age. That not counting angels and so on and so forth.
Okay.
The best way to say he's the boogeyman.
So, Fifth Age, there was a war between not just gods and fiends.
Well, no, Fifth Age, no fiends. There were fiends, but not like that's the Second
war,
Age.
but like, instead of a war between that, it was a war between
More gods. Gods be
gods that, through their own power, gain divinity, and others that were born into it.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know what gods are still alive, so can't tell you who lived and who died.
There's Mistra, Bahamut, Tiamat. There's all kinds.
Those three were in the war. I remember those names.
And I'm assuming they were fighting on the side of the natural born.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because they were kind of
Natural born.
yeah. So not all natural born fought. It was more. I remember them being on that side. I don't know if they actually fought or not. Knowing Bahamut, Tiamat, their strong ideals, they either did or didn't. It's literally a coin toss on that one. Mistra, I don't remember much about her. It's a her, right?
Goddess of magic.
Yeah. Don't remember her that much. Magic isn't my forte. You'd want to talk to one of my friends. If he's still alive, probably not. That's sad.
Well, there's all kinds of. People that apparently were alive during that time, still alive. So, this
is what was his name at the time? He swapped names more often than not. His go-to was in, like in as an I-N. Is he still alive? Did he change that? Probably did.
what role would that be?
That intelligence with disadvantage.
Yeah. Not like history or.
Nah, this would be just plain intelligence because he's giving you so little.
Do you have any more information about him?
He was a wizard. Uh, he was going on and all about immortality. Like that thing. He liked immortality and world hopping. That was his
So
thing.
he traveled through different planes or different planets.
Planes, I think.
Plane hopper. Immortality. What kind of immortality was he looking for? Was he looking more for like a lichdom or?
Well, yes. It's
Do you
not
know?
like a lich. Uh, he gains around the fourth age, I'm thinking. Yes, he was born in the third. Uh, and in the fourth age, he gained it. Um, it's a type of lichdom. Like a type through not being like necromancy, but more like a bathing in pure magic for a few hundred years, draining that source dry, and then, you know, become immortal through that. That's what he did. But I doubt there's any more left here, is there? Knowing him, he's probably sucked them up.
What was the thing he said?
Uh, a type of lichdom gained through bathing in pure magic.
Yeah, but after that,
Knowing him, he's most likely sucked them all up.
okay. Now, what would the role be with that extra information?
That would be Arcana.
Straight disadvantage.
With the information given, it would not be with disadvantage.
So not with disadvantage.
Not with disadvantage. He's given insight. With a 20 with just the word in, that being his name, it leans to a wizard called Inland Tillis. You would know him as like a wizard from the Eldritch Brotherhood that just disappeared. He was not an archmage, he was above that, one of the higher ups in the Eldritch Brotherhood forming. You would know this due to being a wizard and your father having connections to them. You most likely know a little bit. This being the Grand Wizard Alliance, where all the great wizards get together and they talk. And for every school of magic, there is a Grand Master. And Lentillis was the Grand Master of Death, for he was a necromancy wizard. But he excelled in a lot of schools of magic, more or less gaining mastery in multiple schools of magic.
Might be in Montilus.
Sure.
He was a necromancer.
Sounds about right. Well, at least he's still alive, maybe.
He disappeared.
He's hiding. I have to find him. Gotta get the band back together.
Okay. seems a bit more outside of the scope of general information that could be fatal to people. But hmm. So what?
Inland Tillus is also not something that will hurt people knowing.
Yeah. Um. How were you imprisoned,
What do you mean?
like in the tower?
Oh, ganged up on by the Knights of Silent Ascension.
I guess a better question would be, how did you get a key?
Oh, I have no clue.
Oh,
Same thing with the Gauntlet. Though, the Gauntlet makes a little bit more sense. But key, not at all.
how did you know about the keys?
Well, in my heyday, I was offered by a man. Don't remember his name. He was a lesser god. Not a god, lesser being. Asking, hey, you want key? And I told him no. And then I told him to fuck off. Then he did. But this was also around the time I got ganked, so he could have organized my ganking. Or maybe he didn't. And it was just chance. This was after all the bloody stuff. So
Um, do you know who some of the survivors are of the not natural born gods were?
they were all pretty much lesser deities. Well, not deities. A lot of them didn't like being called that.
Like the void.
Sure, I don't know. Maybe I do. I don't remember. Do I? No, I've already forgotten. Yeah, a lot of them just didn't like being called gods. A good portion of them just fucked off. Out into the nothing. Pointing up. Into the stars.
Huh.
Some of those gods are reconciled with the ones made from belief, and then also fucked off into the blackness of up. Though there are a lot more shiny lights up there than I remember, so maybe that's them. Who knows? Maybe they just started making shit because they got bored.
Okay. So those shiny lights up there are stars.
Dead gods,
Maybe?
possibly. They could have just killed themselves and then become balls of light.
Hmm.
It's possible. Very possible.
I don't know what a dead god turns into.
It depends. Either they bleed or they don't. The ones born into it, they bleed. They're not flesh and blood, but flesh and blood all the same. The ones made into it are flesh and blood, so it really depends. Depends on what type of god they were. That's a good way to put it. What form they took.
So the stars very well could be dead gods, natural born or otherwise.
I guess, yeah. That's what I'm going to assume, or they lived happily ever after. In the dullness of nothing.
Okay. Are there other planets in the system?
There are, like, with just Nepok's telescope, you would know that, yeah, no, there are other planets. There's some of them possibly hospitable, some of them not.
I mean, there are other planets in the system. Do you know that?
Mm,
That there are like other planets?
no.
Huh.
They could have moved there. I said, fuck it to this place. It's possible.
I mean, there's a chance that some of them are hot, you can live there. Other ones are barren. Other ones are, are there gas giants?
They're not, no.
Like,
They're just only big rocks.
okay. They're, oh, roughly, I mean, some are bigger, some are smaller, but the ones that are more hospitable-ish, maybe, are
Possibly.
about this size of a planet.
Maybe they have like a double settlement kind of deal. So half of it. Who knows?
Maybe.
That would be fun.
Huh. Okay.
Any other questions?
Um, I feel like there were and some advancements might have. How advanced was magic?
Very. Inundus was a master of magic. A master of magic being an understatement. Whenever he was, whenever we were traveling together, what do you call it again? Party?
Adventure?
Yeah, sure, adventure.
Hmm.
He was a master. Um, Magic was visible around him whenever he cast. So, like in the sense, the you could see magic around him whenever he cast magic. Is that a good way
Oh,
to describe it?
about how powerful would a wizard need to be for that?
You do not know a wizard that is powerful enough to have magic solidify around him to where it would be visible whenever they are casting a spell. That would be 10th level magic, and or 10th tier magic and above. And no one can cast 10th tier spells. No, known. Like, people probably can, but they keep that on the down low. Then it's up in the air. More or less epic level shit.
Was this a more common occurrence?
Oh, yeah. Well, if you spent time into it, yeah.
But it was achievable by many.
Oh, yeah. If I remember, around the ending of, or around the beginning of the Sixth Age, the gods really started pressing down on things. Kids born weren't as powerful. Um, the races were a lot more stronger. Looking at, well, you. Kobolds looked a bit different.
Tota said.
Like, in the sense, they were just a bit more. That's where I landed. A bit more. Sorry if that hurts you feeling.
Not really.
Okay. Best way to put it. He thinks to himself, do all of you have wings anymore? And also, are you kinda like a dragon?
Very, 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 very few have wings. And no.
Ah. Yep. Then. Yep.
Huh. That's something to think about. During this fifth age, is that when dragons lost their mortality?
Yes.
How?
I remember Bahamut. He was active in the war a little bit. So was Tiamat. They ended up getting hurt, I think. Lost a wing or something. Uh, so one of them or the other gave a bit of their divine essence, and then the race itself was a little weakened because of it, and that might have took away their immortality. Though the patron god was kind of dying, so I feel like they were all right with it at the time. Though they lived still forever. Dragons still live a long time, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, very long time.
That gives them plenty of time to learn magic and get the immortality that way. Witch dragons are still a thing, right?
Dragons are still around, yeah.
Dragon liches? They were popular. Or is that taboo now?
Well, let's say if a dragon lich is heard to exist, uh
They probably die. Alright.
yeah.
Well, that's sad, I guess.
I mean, they usually tend to like kill entire towns for funsies.
Well, so did the red dragons. No one bitched
Well, it
about
was
them.
more like they did it. Well, the red dragon actually doesn't do that anymore.
He's sad. He's probably a sad piece of work then, if that's all he does. He doesn't do that.
I mean, he did.
But he doesn't do it in his free time.
Not really. I mean, he does patrol the areas of his sort of area. If
Kingdom.
there's any like pirates around there, they usually get got,
Hmm.
as you would say.
Right.
But that's kind of the most of what he does, outside of when Dragmascus itself intervenes in a conflict.
Huh. Well, good to know.
I mean, there are other dragons around that mostly stick to Dragmascus. I mean, there are the Lung. Do you know them?
Yes, they were the ones in Glimnall, though they were few and far between.
They're still on Glimminal, and they're still few and far between.
That's good. They
And
were all
most,
dicks, so
I haven't met one.
they were all dicks.
Okay. Um, Other than that, most even just general draconic bloodline things like Dragonborn, kobolds, and well, not kobolds. Kobolds kind of everywhere, but most of them are in Dragonmascus now.
Hmm. It makes sense.
I mean, you'll still see wyverns and stuff around, but a lot of them are still in Dragonmascus for the most part.
Yeah. That's to be expected, I guess.
Why?
Go home. That people like going home, and homes where the majority of your population is. So
I guess.
because you're a lot safer there. People
Hmm.
can catch you off guard if you're not at home or around people of like-minded thought processes. Dragons did die a lot back then, so
What side were they mostly on? I'm guessing natural born,
oh yeah,
because Bahamut and Tiamat were,
yeah,
yeah, that actually tracks.
yeah. They died a lot, but they were a lot of them. So sacrifices worth having, I guess.
What about other civilizations? How advanced were they? Was it more arcane or
Well, there were. Well, it really depended. I'm guessing the three are no longer around, or they were on the side of the not so natural board. They
no?
were arcanely advanced, though they kinda had their magical power taken away from them in the end of it all. And then they were sent away. Like, into wherever, the ocean wise, and then they kinda just disappeared.
So their entire civilization
Crumbled.
sunk?
More or less.
What was in it?
The Rethri.
How do you spell that?
Let me find it again. Rith.
R-I... What?
TH.
Okay, so R-I-T-H.
Ree. Rethri. They were fairly advanced. They were the ones that created the golems.
Like stone golems, iron golems, like
Ball
that.
golems. They were the pinnacle of magical technology. And they were also getting close to not magical technology. They were working towards infusing not magic with magic.
Kind of sounds like Kadara.
Yeah, no,
Kaldara is a giant island city.
oh yeah, the one that you all told me not to think about.
I mean, you can think about. Well, I already. It's very secretive, and they don't like people knowing what it is.
That's smart. And also, a giant laser beam, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
your metal friend
guess
told me about that one.
I didn't see that going off, but heard about it. They have these flying ships that are big. They're like the one I was on was the size of an entire town, and there were a few of them.
Hmm.
Also, they have like this big rope, this big I guess you would call it a. Well, it'd be kind of like a golem, but advanced golem, but not. It's big.
Kinda sounds like they were free. But they were kind of sent away somewhere. They were kind of being picked off by the sea elf things, the water things, water people, water, water.
I mean, there's all kinds of different aquatic sentience. And there are sea elves. There are other ones.
The water things. They were being picked off by those whenever they were kind of sent off. So, who knows? I could have settled in Keldara.
Maybe a portion of them managed to find
A
that
new
place.
home.
Yeah.
Well, at least they found a place. That's what's important. And also probably had to start over again, which is sad. Because they really weren't. They were given ships and all, like basic necessities. Then it's told to fuck off, so that means they had to start over again. Ugh. That has to hurt.
I mean, a number of them would keep information, even if it is just oral traditions.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, no.
So they probably would have had a better starting point than other civilizations that
They
probably ended at the time.
they relied on trade, so they didn't really have much in the work of manual labor. They were all the big thinkers.
So yeah, it probably wouldn't have been easy, but a lot. From what I know now, actually, Kodara does do a fair amount of trade. It's just kind of secret.
Yeah, it makes sense. If they're free.
From what I know, they have made deals with Oberos and Estrangalia and all sorts of places.
Hmm.
The Dwarven cities.
Well, does these Keldarans use magic?
Enough. Yeah.
Then not the Rith3. Rith3 got no magic. Remember? They got that yoinked. Gods of Magic took that all away from them.
Maybe the founders of Caldara kind of picked up the crumbs of their free and like, I can use this.
Possibly. That was a sad. That kind of destroyed everything of theirs. Beef. Well, no magic.
Mm. Caldara uses magic and machine alike to. Well, I mean, you saw art.
Yeah. So they use things like hum. That's nifty, really, truthfully.
There's probably some ways you can get in there. You just have to talk to the right people.
I'll just walk in.
The big robot will probably stop you, or the laser.
How big's this robot?
You know the size of a city?
Yes.
That, but standing.
So like a mile.
It's pretty big.
A mile. I could kill it.
I mean,
It may outweigh me. But weight classes and everything.
they also have a god sitting there, so.
But does he do anything though?
Mm,
It sounds like a machine god, kind of a sad, boring thing.
I don't know. I haven't really had the opportunity to dig into Caldara yet.
Well, if there's a god,
Because Art won't tell me anything. Savant won't tell me anything. Savant's also kind of a dick.
if there's a god, I'll get Arius, and he will kill it for me.
He probably would.
Everyone wins.
I think Caldara loses.
Eh,
'Cause I don't know.
I'll get inside the city. I think I'm winning there in this situation.
I mean, like, I think they might have a system of something. I don't know. Just, I think killing everyone there might not be the best idea. Or killing as many people you need to get it.
Well, it'll show them I have the willpower to do it. And I think having the good spa to do it is a good thing. It's more personal preference than whenever you see things.
Yeah, okay. Let's go with personal preference and avoid this particular subject. So that's why the dragons lost their mortality. Neat. Um. I wonder if that's dangerous information. Might be, might not be. I don't know how to test that without risking.
Death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be better to play safe than sorry on this one. I mean, I could ask a dragon. Somehow. If I ever talk to one.
Possibly the ringing scales. From race to race, I mean. Oh, power level?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I feel like. Well, I know one person that was alive might have been alive during the time that I could ask. Because. Yeah. They're also kind of a dick, though. I mean, they're nice enough, they're just. Eh.
A lot of old people are dicks. It's how they cope with being old.
I mean, you're not that big of it. You've answering all my questions and you seem nice enough.
No, I'm not old. I've been asleep the entire time. I'm not counting the years that I've not been asleep. Or that I've been asleep.
You said you were born around like the 4th age.
Yeah. I was asleep for 2 more. So Not old at all. What's the lifespan nowadays? Wait a second.
Of who?
Uh, Humans.
About 80 years?
I'm old.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Other races live longer and shorter.
Yeah, makes sense. I'm guessing elves are still living forever.
About a 750-ish?
Yeah, it's normal. Alright. Elves didn't get the shit end of the stick then. Fuck.
Half elves live around 120.
There's interbreeding?
Yeah.
Huh.
Half elves, half orcs, all that.
Huh. That was taboo. I love how things are weird now.
Depends on how. I mean, it's not necessarily taboo per se. It's rare enough because
Well, dragon liches are taboo now, so
dragon liches are.
they
It's
were
still
really common back then.
it's still somewhat rare to interbreed because elves themselves are kind of rare compared to humans. Humans are everywhere.
And they're like
It's
cockroaches.
also kind of like kobolds in a way. Kobolds are also kind of everywhere.
They're kind of like cockroaches.
Yeah.
I mean that as a compliment.
I guess we are hard to kill off.
I'm guessing goblins are still the same though.
I don't know what's a goblin to you.
Really small angry things.
That tracks. Yeah.
Alright. Not all of them were angry, but a lot of them were angry.
Yeah, they're kind of. Yeah. They're a little angry. They could use a Snickers.
What?
Oh, it's a branded candy.
Oh. You're breaking the wall. You don't got that power yet.
No, I'm only level 9.
You don't have the 6th key. But yeah, alright. Oh, people are dead. Humans die faster.
How long did humans used to live?
About 100 or so. 150? 200? Lived a while.
Kinda sounds more like Aesmere. I mean, Aesmere live around 120? And they're individuals with, I guess, compared to people around your age, distant relations with gods, divinity, and angels and such.
I gotta make that tracks with humans back when I was young. So.
Hmm.
Humans had a bit more divine in them. Oh. Though they may have weakened due to that. Well, with lack of divine. But no, I'm happy to know that they still kickstart.
I mean, Aesmere are fairly rare and they're also not always human. There are Elven Aesmere, there might. I think there was one Kobold Aesmere like 100, 200 years back.
That's a weird one. They were all human. Oh, I guess.
I mean, it's
Contact.
just anyone with like angels or god-like bloodlines that are Aesmere, really. Bark, bark. I'm a kobold. Yep, yep. Pew pew papa.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Yep. Do you know what a tiefling is?
Devil spawn.
Yes. Kinda?
Devil spawn then. Guessing they're still the same.
What's the same?
Kinda like the parents or great grandparents. Not good people.
I mean, there is still kind of a stigma around them because general appearance is of a devil or a demon. Horns, tail, different colorations of skin. Some of them have hooves.
So they're no longer. Let's say. Wing and evil.
Some of them have wings.
Huh.
Like, tieflings come in all different shapes and sizes. Same with Esmer, really.
Strange.
Yeah. Um, what? Tell me more about what was going on in Dragmascus around the time.
Didn't really do much over there.
Just whatever you know.
Dragons being dragons. No, there were talks and all. They got their government set up around before the war.
Was it still like the Great 10?
Well, there were 10 big boys, and then
Small factions.
yeah. I'm
So,
guessing they've all changed due to a lot of them did die. So I'm guessing they're all different now.
I mean, you got silver, you got the gold and red dragons. They're kind of at the top of the whole thing.
Well, I'm talking more about individuals, not the race.
Oh,
I'm guessing that
probably.
it's
I mean, even if that, their names might have changed.
true.
So even if I were to say Cinderace, champion of men, probably wouldn't mean much to you.
Nope.
Yeah, Silver Dragon.
Never heard of them. So yeah, no, with that one, yeah, I'm gonna assume that I don't know any of them. Such is life. A lot of people die nowadays.
I mean, dragons can die now, so there's that.
Well, they could die before. You just took enough cuts.
Of age.
If a dragon can bleed, in which they always have, they can die. They were immortal in the sense of age. They were immortal in the sense of a knife. Knife could still cut them.
Yeah. I guess a knife could still cut them now. You would have to try. That may be difficult for most. You could probably do it.
I wonder.
Try out the big robot thing at Caldara first, and then see. Because you might have lost some power yourself. You just don't know it yet.
True. No, I feel like I can kill most things pretty easily still. At least I hope so.
I mean, there's trees around. You can try. Give it a shot.
That's a tree.
I'll give you a gauge.
You know what? Yeah, fuck it. It's just going to walk up to a tree. Just draw a sword. You can see swords, katanas. Yeah. Very long. More like the great blade, the great sword version of katana.
Hmm.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna take a few steps back.
And brings the blade down. That's just to see if he crits. Mine will still hit a tree. It's a tree.
It's kind of hard to not hit a tree.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Have to get a calculator.
11 plus 250.
It's not that much. It's not casting harm. Plus, as my calculator takes a year to load. Come on. Come on. Go, girl. Plus. The tree is not frightened by this man, so it doesn't take extra damage. Though it does take extra damage because he uses Crimson Cut. 6 plus his level.
Let's see. And an awakened tree has 29 hit points.
So you see as he just slices through the tree like butter. As you see, whenever he hits the tree just goes black where he strikes. Just where kind of like taint, where as he hits, just it pulses like veins in the tree as he cleaves through. Just as the tree just falls slowly and the black fades away. So I still got it. Alright.
Alright. That's good to know.
In total, he did over 60 points a day.
Alright. Yeah, that would probably kill me. Just...
Don't worry. I wouldn't kill you.
I mean, you don't really have much of a reason right now, hopefully.
Right now. Stares at you. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Or am I?
This really doesn't help me because got that kind of a skittish personality?
Don't worry.
That never helped. Like, I always worry.
Oh, well, you know, the tree takes an extra 10 points because it should have. Or it takes an extra d10. Like, you see as the tree cracks and pops as he's looking at you. Like, oh! Alright. I didn't even use any of my specialty things. Simple to you.
I mean, was this a tree?
Yeah.
But also, it's a tree.
Yeah.
So, it's still pretty impressive to just kind of swing.
It's only a tree. I need a challenge. Like a person.
I wouldn't know any. I actually do know a few,
People.
but I don't know what they are.
What bad
Yeah.
people? Want me to kill someone for it?
I'm good. Personally, I would prefer no people to die, but that's kind of...
Come on, there has to be someone you want dead. At this point, as he like widens his eyes, you can see his eyes are completely black, just nothing. But you can feel it, him staring into you.
That's an uncomfortable feeling.
What? What's wrong?
It feels like you kind of... How do I put it? It's kind of like the recipient of what I can... It feels like you're staring into me. Like, past... Like, it might... Are you trying to read my mind?
Nope.
Mm.
I'm just looking at you and seeing a lot.
The wand, or the book, or the clothes?
Just you.
Like, as a person?
More. I have the insight to look into people, to figure out a few things about them.
What have you figured out?
You're afraid of thunder. Lightning.
Okay.
I can find out if you're weak to something, you're scared of something, or if you've used any harmful magic in the past few days. Harmful to yourself, not blood magic is what I'm...
Oh, okay.
If it fucks with you, I can learn about it. Which tells me that you're weakened at this point, and I can kill you a little easier. But don't worry, I'm killing you.
You seem very fatalistic. Like, kill that, kill that.
You get used to it. Back in my day, yeah, people like killing. Because, you know...
People still kind of do, and that kind of...
Well, we killed big things. We didn't just kill people.
I mean, it sounds like during your time, people might be what I would consider a big thing.
True.
So... yeah.
People are weak now. I could probably just walk into a city and lay waste.
I don't think a lot of people would be happy with that. I mean, you could.
Well, there wouldn't be any witnesses.
Or can get around
Not if
without
there's no one to
things.
get word around.
I would prefer that an entire city not be wiped off the map without,
Oh, no, it was a
without
plan.
very good cause, let's say.
What's a very good cause?
Um, hmm, what would be worth? I don't. I don't really think there is good cause now that I think about it. Because even if it is like those, do I know about the crazy teen people?
Yeah, you would, yeah.
Like in Southern Gliminal, there's a town of people that are like their entire thing is that taint is like a real big deal for them. Like it's good for them. They like it. Like their Brotherhood of Jade.
Hmm.
Like even them, I don't know if they deserve death for. Well, they can be convinced to, you know,
Well, shoot, if I suck up the taint, they'd probably praise me. So.
what the Brotherhood of Jade.
Oh, not them. Well, they probably would talk about the taint people.
Oh no, the taint people would probably not like you because they like the taint.
But
And
I
if you
can,
suck up the taint,
but I can do the black in the hit stuff. I noticed this.
I mean, they'll like you until you stop, till you know, get rid of the taint. Then they don't like you because you got rid of the taint.
Who said I get rid of the taint? It sounds nifty.
It destroys souls.
Nifty. A useful weapon. Um,
Not really, because it also kills you.
how
Unless
do you?
you're immune to it,
I go.
like the Mizumi. The
If I
Mizumi?
can suck it in, I'm going to assume I'm immune.
I'm guessing you are.
Which a useful weapon.
Please don't spread more taint.
Why would I spread it? I'll just keep it where it is and use it. And
There are, like, I'm pretty sure there are towns in danger of being consumed by the taint. Maybe you could push it away from those ones a little bit.
hmm. I don't even know if I could. I don't know how to suck it in. So
I mean, yeah, you did it when you woke up, but I guess you don't know how you did that.
unknown to me.
Maybe the Brotherhood of Jade could help you learn that.
You seem like though. They
Nerds have their uses.
and
I'm a nerd.
then did have his uses as in magic, but magic never told me. Such is life.
It kinda does now. Caldara made like this powder stuff that can get rid of it.
You talk about the tape?
Hmm.
No. Yes, I was talking about the tape.
What were you actually talking about?
Don't worry about it.
I think like the whole point of this conversation is that I ask questions and you answer them because I might not know them because fifth age shenanigans.
Don't worry about it.
I feel like looking with that sort of thing that you looked into me, you would have learned that that doesn't help. It's people saying don't worry about it either makes me worry about it or question it, which makes me worry about it. So,
Yep.
oh, you're doing it because of that, aren't you?
Possibly.
Yeah.
My tactic is more or less to get you worked up.
Why?
For the
I'm
fun of it.
already gonna tell you everything I know, more or less.
For the fun of it. It's fun.
Sure. Fun.
Also, after staring at this guy for a long while now, at this point it's been like an hour.
Mm-hmm.
You would learn some things affecting him at all times. You would know he does have the words. He has the otherworldly magic pumping more or less onto him through him, but
Abjuration.
he is also otherworldly. Like in what he exudes is otherworldly, and then also he like pulses with necromancy. You could see his eyes are literal necromancy catalysts. Uh, the he probably can. You know the spell. Can't cast it because it's pretty high level or high tier. He can cast Eye Bite at will. With just the pulsing of necromancy. You know, harm is a spell he can cast. He can cast Phantasmal Killer. Like, he is just pulsing. Just. Like, yep. Or in the sense, he has a. It's like his eyes are permanently under the Eye Bite spell. That's the best way to put it.
You have a lot of innate abilities, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
You're looking at me and learning things? Shame on you.
If I look at someone for an hour, I just learn it. I don't really have control of it right now. I just figured out I can do this.
Shame. I didn't even ask for permission.
I don't know if I can turn it off. I don't think I can.
He shrugs. It doesn't really matter.
By the way, I thought I'd let you know your very existence is what we nowadays call abominations. Things of not any reality.
Nice.
So just thought I'd let you know.
It
It
could
might not be an Oni anymore. They're usually more like demonic.
actually. It really depends on the Oni. Some Onis are very different. There are many breeds. You got the red. You got the white. You got red, blue, green one. There's a lot of us. Purple. I'm gonna say there's purple. There's probably a purple.
I haven't really researched into them as much. They're fairly rare as is, and they mostly exclusively exist in Liminal.
Nice.
So, there's that.
White Oni. They're those two. So, yeah, no, we're not a good race. I'll tell you that much. We're not.
Yeah. I mean, it's based on an individual, but in general, yeah. Is it based on an individual? Or is it like
Yeah.
insight?
Yeah, won't say. Completely based on an individual. Where's my D20 again? It's his deception. Considered the. Not one of these, right? There it is. Alright. Yeah, I know he's telling truth. Yeah, individual.
That's usually with most things, and generally the race tends to be but individually it can be. I mean, you could be following the general trend of your race, or be an outlier. Or... Same with kobolds, dragons, tieflings, all kinds of things.
Yeah, I'm a straight shooter. Like my friends there, we were all good people. Well, it really considered how you seem good, but you know.
I think good has changed a lot since your time.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I probably think of extra other questions, but I don't know what I don't know, so. And you weren't really a historian, I'm guessing.
You would need in, or in the tier list, the way you say it. He's the smart one.
I'm not sure how much you'd be willing to tell me.
It'd be more hard to find him. He was a secretive man.
Yeah, it probably doesn't help that he sort of disappeared.
Yep.
I think that's all the questions I have that you could answer. Oh, one last thing. Kobolds, you said they were more like dragons?
A bit, yeah.
Elaborate.
Well, kobolds were more. As said, they had the wings. They were able to fly around as quickly as they could run. So that was pretty fun to look at. They also, well, really depending on the heraldry of the kobold, they could take what something threw at them. So let's say a white dragon had a white kobold, and the white dragon breathed on the white kobold would not take as much ice. They had thicker scales, more resistant to specific elements.
That's not really a thing now.
No, well.
Hmm.
And then, there you go. The way that he's describing it, yeah, no, kobolds were dragonborn.
Yeah. What were Dragonborn.
Oh, well, guessing they can still breathe fire, right?
Some of them? Kinda. Like a once per day thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Dragonborn back in my day, they breathed like a dragon.
What do they look like?
Like lesser dragons. And they also, depending on them, had, in a sense, thicker scales. So, like, let's say one could take fire, but also if someone threw acid at them, they wouldn't be hurt as much. So, in a sense, Dragonborn had two resistances and breathed multiple times, and their breath weapon was a lot stronger.
So kobolds were dragonborn.
Dragonborn were half dragons, if not better. So from what you're telling me, every race is a bit weird now. So they're weaker, which is sad.
From what you told me, it seems like dragonborn. What I know them now, like half, were more like half dragons, and they were kobolds. Like, I'm a kobold.
Assumed. Or you were a scaly goblin.
Like, kobolds and goblins now are roughly, like, just physically equivalent.
I said a scaly goblin. But I was going to assume kobold. Because you have a snout.
Yeah.
Unless you were weird. A weird goblin.
I mean, there are weird goblins. They're fairly adaptable, like kobolds. I mean, less so, but in different ways.
But yeah, everyone's weaker now. The more you know.
Yeah. Huh. I guess I'll have to. I mean, I bet you Art would probably volunteer to figure out what I can say and can't. Because he's Art.
Well, also, I wouldn't recommend it, truthfully, because if he hears it, he's gonna think about it more and more.
Yeah.
If he thinks about it, it'll hurt him.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I probably can go at brain. Why are you shit? Glenassie would probably know some things. Because he seems like he was an obsidian dragon around the time. Maybe? Because his name is very similar to an obsidian dragon that did live around the time that killed a silver dragon.
Yeah. I told you this.
So it could just be
coincidence.
It could be a coincidence. Same with N and Atlantis, but
I love coincidences.
I could possibly get him to answer a few questions. He has answered questions to me him in the past because Art doesn't like him because he's kind of a
Dick.
kinda.
How most dragons are.
Kind of depends on the dragon.
Eh. They all seem high and mighty. So, my type of people.
I mean, compared to me, at least, they kind of are. So are you. Think about it. I don't think anything I can do could scratch you.
You never know. Shoot me. With the best you got.
I'm not really. Okay.
We'll step back a little bit.
Okay. Just to let you know, I'm not really the fighting type,
Alright.
so I don't know many damaging spells, but Chromatic Orb 5th level.
As the chromatic orb hits him, you just see as the magic is just the best way, just missing him as it stays like an inch away from him. Just even with it around him at that time, it just stays an inch away. It's like not even touching.
Huh.
Yeah.
Can I throw a dagger at you?
Go
That's the
ahead.
only thing. That's the only other thing I have that isn't magic.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
It just ding hits him in the chest. It just does nothing. Just twinks off.
I couldn't even scratch him.
Well, yeah.
Go pick up my dagger.
Stab me here in the stomach.
Okay.
Come on.
I'm only doing this again because I don't think I can hurt you.
Yeah, go. I don't care if you can or not.
Okay.
You hit him and just scrapes.
Oh, that's a bad sound. See?
Seems to have gotten harder. Ooh.
When the dagger itself made a tink sound against you, that probably says a lot.
Steve.
I'm gonna try one last thing.
Alright,
Magic missile, first level through the wand.
you try one last thing. Let's see. Can I try something?
Ah!
What? How hurt are you right now? Looks at you. Wait.
I'm not hurt by that swing from the like what you did to the tree there would kill me.
Oh no, I'm not gonna hit you. It's just more I want to see if it still works. It's more just a focus. I call upon my spirit to strike back. I want to know if it still works, and if it does, yay. But I have to be hit for it to happen.
Okay. I. Okay. I'm gonna try Magic Missile first level from the wand.
Alright. Roll your damage. Make a charisma saving throw. As you just see, as it hits him, that's a failure.
Yeah.
As it hits him, the magic missiles just waver. Just as he allows them to hit him, so he can take at least a little damage.
He probably takes it like 100 summon toe. Well, that's slightly uncomfortable.
So 1, 3, 4, and then his Kensei level. You take 44 points of damage.
I am bloodied.
As the 3 missiles hit him square in the stomach at one point, and they just reflect, just at faster, and you see as they start to blacken as you get hit with 44 points of force damage.
I'm down at 12. I'm down to 12 hit points. Everything. Ow! I think I popped a lung.
And then he's gonna use another ability called Thrive on Pain. Since he's taken some damage, or since he's hit a creature, you bolster your own defenses, gaining temporary hit points, including the damage dealt and your Constitution modifier. She's like, feel better now.
I don't. That could have killed me.
I don't think it would have.
I'm at 12 hit points.
I don't think it would have killed you. Maybe if you used a higher level spell slot.
I think if one more roll, I'll just.
I think you're alright. Pat. I can't heal you.
I heal myself a little bit, but not much.
Yeah, I can only heal myself so well.
Because, I can only do this.
That's a good heal. You're doing good.
I'm still bloodied.
You feel like red pop back into place. You're all good.
My ribs are. Yeah, good. That's a word.
Yeah. See, all it takes is just some mind power. Just focus on your own will and then things can happen.
Oh. Roll20 updated how they do their sheets.
What?
Yep. It looks odd.
I don't like that weight system now.
Yeah, I liked it how it was.
I like a fucking thing to change that back to normal. Hopefully they add like a thing for old character sheets or not. Cause that's nice. Ugh. Well, I have to say, I'm happy to know that I still got my spunk. So, I think you survived a not attack from me.
Mm-hmm. That's not much.
Yeah, that was only like key points, so you know. Scratch the surface.
I'm gonna take a bit now to patch myself up.
Alright.
Pull out my medical kit. Do my things.
I have to finish. I haven't really made this guy's character sheet. All I know is he has these stances and he has these class abilities. Yeah. If you want to know what he is, go to the Heroes of the Orient, go to the Kensei class, and go to the Ravager. That's what he is.
Here I am about bloodied
I
with
feel,
my medicine bag.
I feel better now.
I'm still hurt. Go back. Oh, God, what? Did it mess up my fucking inventory?
We'll just sit down and just.
Lesser. The fuck is that?
What you talking about?
And what is a lesser Graia?
Graia?
Graria. I have two of them.
I don't know. I cannot remember. Off the top of my head.
Oh shit, was that the healing thing?
Oh yeah, that was. You can heal
Yeah.
your organs.
I might need that because
It's
probably
not.
hurt.
It's
my
not that
inside.
bad.
I think it was just. It wasn't like the healing. It wasn't the healing tea. It was a healing item.
Yeah.
It's like the salve. I have 2 doses of that.
So it's just in the sense he just sets. If you have more questions, he'll answer. And
Doesn't really have any at this time.
alright. Then time passes. This is whenever we fast forward.
For what?
You reach Ryo. Gyoku. Fucking hell. Zoomed out. He leaves. So, off to probably Ryo. And you all take off. Incense. Teleport.
Yep.
Fast forwarding throughout the rest of the last episode. At the very ending. Or throughout that, what would you do? Or is it staying the same?
Oh, that conversation with Guy?
In the sense, yeah, would you have a conversation with Ganassi, or would you hold that off for a little bit?
I'm gonna hold that off.
So, whenever you reach your bedroom, you said you were going to bed, yes?
Yeah. He was a bit tired after dinner.
Just a bit drained.
Yeah.
Whenever you are half asleep, just on the cusp of sleep, you hear a voice in your head. Ripley. Look to Polaris. I'll show you something.
Look to Polaris?
Look to Polaris. Just roll a history check. Just as the cusp of sleep is
Interrupted.
coming. Yeah.
History. Yep. All that.
Also, that is Napok's voice. Hitting
Oh.
your ears. A young Napok. Best way to put that. So whenever you first really started, his voice changed a little bit whenever you were young to you, but whenever he went poof.
Look to Polaris. We'll show you something.
Just look to Polaris.
Look to Polaris.
Because I cannot exactly.
History. 120. Would you fucking work?
No, it's his voice, not younger Napok. I have to remember some things. Normal Napok voice. I'm trying to remember his voice. But yeah, no, it's just Ripley to Polaris. Within 11, that's still enough due to you actually live in a house where you could do that. Polaris is a celestial body. It is it's a comet that more or less rides the sky. It's a distance out. You've actually looked at it before, but it's more just one of the lesser ones, so you don't take a peek at. You would know the celestial bodies of note in the world are Holmes, Halo, Fornax, Lupus,
Holmes, Halo,
Fornax, Lupus, Crux, Urglo, Polaris, Nova, Demios,
Helios,
Demios.
These celestial bodies. What are they?
Most of them are comets. Just comets are of note. The planets in the solar system don't really have names because no one's really cared enough due to the knowledge of gods exist, so they really don't need to name them after gods or name them at all. Just because there's no need to. So they're just there. But celestial bodies people do name due to I discovered it. You can name those things. But planets are just not named. The big rocks that don't move aren't important.
Yeah, sure. And they're all sort of comets.
Yes. Polaris is one of the slowest to move, so in a sense, it doesn't really go places. The best way to put it just is there.
Yeah, I'm gonna just hop out of bed and just run to the observatory. Yeah.
Right here, what? Reveal areas.
Dupe. By dupe.
I won't show the inner workings of the laboratory, just so people won't see it.
Yeah. What's the stairwell?
That stairwell leads to the observatory.
Okay.
It's
And
more,
this
yeah,
flat.
the main central stairwell ends, and then the back central leads to observatory.
Okay. Going to the observatory.
So as you enter in, you can see just throughout, you can see the roaming rail.
I guess there's like a button somewhere to open it up.
Yep. So entering in, it's more a code phrase. You can come up with it. It's up to you.
Now I'll just look up open in Latin.
Once you open it, step inside, and everything lights up.
Yeah, Petanios. It's a fucking weird one. Why couldn't they just say open? Fucking Latin.
It's because it's Latin, that's why.
Yeah. It's not English.
As you get inside, you can hear the outside viewing starts to open. Art outside probably looks up, seeing as the roof opens up and a big pointy thing starts poking out. Just like, the fuck?
Should probably tell him that next time. Like, hey, this happened last night.
Yeah. It slightly moves, just as a jet flies over. It moves over slightly as you start
a dragon flying by.
Yeah, I'm flying fucking. Actually, no, it's fucking Bart. You're just like, what the fuck was that? Shit.
Like the tower tracks it, but couldn't even get a bolt off.
Just like, Bart's like, what the fuck shot at me? Shit. I'm in a no-go zone.
Cannon.
Oh fuck. As you look to Polaris, you see Polaris is no where they used to be, even though that they should be there, due to their very slow speed. There is instead something else there, where Polaris once was.
I swear to God, if it's like a Skaven spacecraft.
You just see a giant rat just flying through the sky. Go twice as high.
That's just a Warhammer game, man. At this point,
this is more. Yeah, no, this is 100%. Yeah, Warhammer game. Let's see this instead. Not a comet.
Supernova. Propulsor?
You don't know. That's weird. You haven't seen anything like this before. This is different.
Alright. Time to get drawing.
I got a fucking sketch. Fuck.
Yeah.
This shit's whack. But yeah, that's where we're gonna end the session.
Alright.
The image may change if I find one better due to rough things. But yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Are there not jets of plasma shooting out the top and bottom?
There possibly are. But who says it's plasma?
There are. There isn't. You know. It be what it be.
You know, who knows?
Alright, yeah.
Yeah. Slash net.